Hello, I am Nick the Tool and I'm here with another video to show you some products that might make your life a bit easier in the workshop. So this video goes out to those people who like to do the job properly, somebody who uses a torque wrench a lot and somebody who likes precision kit. So this is probably something that you're going to enjoy. Okay, so let's imagine we need to remove these two studs out of an engine. Now what you would probably reach for straight away would be two nuts to put together, tighten them up and then to undo that stud with ease. Now that works very, very well, and for most of the jobs it will remove the stud. But what happens if you want to reuse the stud? Now by putting the two nuts together and tightening them up, what you're actually doing is stretching the threads. So when you try to refit them, that thread isn't going to be anywhere near as strong as it was when it was fitted originally. So this tool is going to make your life a bit easier for doing that job. So when you want to undo the stud, you reach for this part in the kit. I'll just open the box up for you. So in here you have got all the popular pitches for automotive: 6x1, 8x1.25, 10x1.25, 10x1.5, 12x1.5. You've also got an Allen key in the top as well. So if we're going to try and undo one of these, I reach for the correct size extractor. Now if I unscrew this, you'll be able to see how it works. So we've actually got like a chuck design which has got 4 different pieces on the inside, and as we tighten these together, there's actually an O-ring sat in the side of there. This will clamp like this rather than squeeze like this on the threads. So we can now put this onto here, tighten it down, and then use a wrench top and bottom to tighten that right up, and then that will bite very tight, and then we can use a spanner or wrench to undo it. So that's got the stud out. Now what happens when you want to refit the stud? Now this is the clever bit. So you reach for the correct stud installer, and in the top of there is a cap screw on top of, in fact I'll remove this and then you can see how it works. So in here is a cap screw, and there's actually a ball bearing sat in there as well. Hopefully you can see that. In fact if I tip it out in my hand you'll be able to see it. So now when I tighten this up, you see the ball bearing in there. Drop this on top of the new stud that we're going to install, and then tighten up the cap screw on the top. This will actually tighten that ball bearing down on the top of the thread of that stud. Now what you can do is drop a socket over the top and actually use a torque wrench to tighten this stud up. So now you're able to remove a stud correctly without damaging it and reinstall it and torque it up to its desired torque. So an excellent bit of kit, perfectly designed for any automotive application where you're trying to remove and refit studs. We've recently bought this set out as well. This is the larger set that accompanies the set, and this gives you 12x1.25, 14x1.25, 14x1.5, 16x2 and 18x2.5. So now you can go from a 6mm right up to an 18mm M18. So everything all in one kit. So brilliant bit of kit if you're doing any work with studs. Just talk to your franchisee, he'll be able to give you all the prices and everything you need to know. Everything is available individually as well. And I will see you on the next video.